Oh, hey guys. Oh my god, I thought it'd be so creepy just starting here. But hello, I am going to show you my favorite plants. There are some good ones. Weirdly, there's 2 philodendrons. And y'all know that the philodendron numbers, like the number of philodendrons I have in my collection, they're dwindling down. Anyhow, as per usual, there's Hoyas, there's Anthuriums. Let me look at the list. Also, side note, I'm so happy to be wearing this. It's not denim. I want to say chambray. Is that the right term? I worked in retail, I should know. It's been a little tight. Are we gonna try this now? Ooh, it's tight. Oh my god. But listen, before they would just pop open and now they're staying. I think that's an accomplishment. Anyhow, okay, let's get into the video. Philodendron Melanochrysum. Y'all know, she's my babes. I'm pretty sure this is the only plant I own that I bought big in the beginning. We've gone through some ups and downs, mostly down. This new leaf is like close to perfection. Let me grab her. She lives here. I have to tie her to the shelf. I don't know what y'all can see. I mean, here she is. So this is the newest leaf. Like, you can see in the leaf before that, stress the house down, she is smaller, but now, look at the comparison. Like, she did push out leaves, but like I said, my bad with not keeping on top of the watering. This leaf actually did well. She's nice and dark. This one is like, okay, and then this one's a spider mite leaf. I don't know. I don't know. I'm so happy. Look at her. Oh, she's hitting everyone though. Y'all know, aeroid mixes, not a fan, not a fan. If it was up to me, I would take this one out of an aeroid mix. Here's the thing. I think we've gone through so much that I'm scared that I'm just gonna kill it by transferring it. So I think I'm gonna let it grow. Hopefully there's enough rootage in the moss pole. There's already some here. And then take a top cutting, probably gonna put it in pond, and we'll see what happens. I don't even think she's fully hardened off yet. I'm like feeling the leaf. I'm like, I don't think you're hard enough yet. Am I overreacting? I feel like this is a big deal. Oh my gosh, she looks so pretty when I do this. You can see some roots right over there. If you can zoom in, right over there. I've been trying my hardest to keep the moss pole wet, so I do have this cup with holes at the bottom. I feel like I need to put more because she's not dripping and she has fluid in them. Every couple days I fill up the cup, even if the moss pole isn't dry, just to keep it constantly moist, just so the roots have a chance to grab the moss pole. I feel like I want to fix this. Can I just like, where are the holes? Okay, add in more holes. Is that okay? So this is wonderful. Look at this beautiful leaf. Ooh, oh my god. Oh, so the first plant, Philodendron Melanochrysum. Okay, second plant, Monstera Constellation. Now, can I just say, I didn't realize that the pod or like the reservoir was like super dry. Like there was nothing. So when I grabbed her, I was like, oh no, y'all are gonna get like the dehydrated Thai Constellation. Anyhow, if y'all follow me on Instagram, I did a reel where I showed this plant. I just need to show her again because she's hilarious right now. This was a propagation and I didn't think much of it because like, you don't usually see Thai Constellations have fully cream leaves, but this propagation, it was half speckly and then half just fully cream. But then, oh my gosh, the first leaf, I feel like I had this one in a favorites video a few months ago. Future Kevin, if you could find a clip, that'd be greatly appreciated. Ow, I don't even know. Do you see what I mean? I mean, obviously she's the Thai and like, but you know when elbows come out and they have like this kind of like marbled variegation, I saw this and I was like, I'm gonna try to preserve this. I mean, looking at the stem, it looks pretty cream. I think it might just go back to these leaves. And I guess because this leaf was half cream, it has since melted away. I think I cut it. This side of the stem had a bunch of cream. You could see it lower over here. And the node was on that side. It pushed out this leaf. Also interested to see how the cream lasts because I know it does crisp up through time, but I just want to see with such little green, like if it's going to be a lot faster, the crisping. But anyhow, so she pushed out that leaf, then another one. And as you can see, like the plant really can't sustain itself. And then this right over here, and then now this one. So I probably can, let me just cut this one now. While we have her here, And really, I believe that the only reason why she was able to hang on to like 3 just cream leaves is because of this mama leaf, because it has the majority of the green on it. I don't know how long, because sometimes, I mean, a lot of the time the mother leaves, like the leaf that was attached to the single node cutting propagation, there is a point sometimes where it goes. So I'm actually curious to see how long this lasts, and I'm hoping that I get like a little more green. But like for now, I just have to like enjoy, you know, what she looks like. She's a cutie, even though she's dehydrated right now. I'm sorry. But yeah, that is her. She looks spooky ooky. I'm carried away, but I do want to show you another Thai constellation. So if you watched my video where I transferred my Thai constellations that were living in aeroid mixes into Lekka and Pond, there was one that was just like not growing. And it's the only Thai constellation I had in my whole collection that has not pushed out growth in months. So I already showed this on my Patreon. I was super impressed with, you know, how fast it pushed out roots. She looks the same, but the roots are so amazing. So like, okay, so she looks chaotic because like she's pushed up against so many other Thais, excuse me. So you're telling me that this Thai did not push any new growth in months. In soil or in an aeroid mix, she did not push any new growth. I transfer it into Lekka, and I saw these roots after a week and a half from the time I transferred it into Lekka. It was just water. I'm now using nutrient solution because there's so many roots. I don't know. This kind of proves that your Thai constellation needs a chunky aeroid mix if it's in an aeroid mix. Because when I was taking the aeroid mix off the roots, I was like, ooh, this one is pretty dense. And all the chunky stuff, like they all flew to the top. I want to move on to this one. This one is the only Thai constellation that hasn't done a thing. The roots are there. I don't know. It's a little confusing. So I'm gonna take a look. I suspect there is some dead roots. How are we? The roots look fine. Touching them, they feel fine. How come you have not grown? Yeah, it feels okay. Ooh, do you know what? This mix is less chunky. There was a time where I had this in my older aeroid mix. I'm wondering if I just didn't add enough chunky components, because this is far less chunky than the other one. And again, you could see, I don't know if you can see, but you could see the chunk just kind of floating to the top. It's so dense down here. And there is perlite, but like honestly, like you need like a ton more perlite. Yeah, it's like, it's too dense in my opinion. Maybe that's why it hasn't grown. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of, I think that's why my Thais have done so well in Lekka and Pond, because of the fixed air pockets. Again, fixed air pockets, because y'all saw when you water your plant in aeroid mixes, the chunky stuff, a lot of the time it floats to the top through time after repeated watering. Whereas Lekka, it stays the same. So I'm so excited. Okay, I'm just gonna show you 2 more because I'm obsessed. Okay, this one, oh, she looks kind of crunchy, but there is a new leaf. Y'all, seriously, huge aerial root that is just doing her thing. And there's a new one, which is kind of what I've been waiting for. So once this new leaf comes out, hardens off, I'm gonna take a top cutting. That's kind of what I did here. So you can see she was a single node cutting from one of my mothers. She pushed out a new growth point, waited for a couple leaves, chopped her, and then she pushed out a new growth. I'm gonna chop her again, leave a node that's not activated yet, and then it'll push out a new growth. It's kind of how I've been like multiplying the Thai constellations in my collection. And okay, oh my god. So this is a top cutting from one of my big mamas that was in Pond. I did chop her when there was a new leaf coming, so the new leaf rotted, you can see, and she'll just push out a new leaf from here. This one's actually, it's already claimed. This one's already claimed. I'm doing a plant shared with one of my patrons. I'm gonna have to say bye to this one. This one's like one of the prettiest ones. Okay, the second plant, Monstera Thai constellation. The third, oh, seriously, it looks so good on camera. The third plant, Philodendron Luxurians. Are you kidding? So this leaf, okay, I've showed this leaf before. I think I showed it in my organization video. And y'all, let me put my head next to it because y'all need to see the actual size. It is, pond dropping. It is so big. You see it? Oh my god, I'm sorry. It's really like hard to believe that she was pushing out leaves that were this small. She was really slow. And that, like, look at the comparison between this leaf this one. It is so wild. Okay, the leaf before that was this size, and I was happy with it. But now, do you see this? No ma'am. And this is new. I didn't see this. Okay, so this is to all the naysayers saying that you can only grow this crawling. Look at this root. So this root was the first one, and it's been there for a while. That is new, right over there. And look, that's new also. So when I saw this root down here, that is when she started taking off. I felt like this was a good candidate when it came to experimenting putting terrestrial philodendrons on a moss pole, because like you can see the petioles, they're not long and leggy. I find that Luxurians, it doesn't necessarily need a lot of light. More than anything, you need to keep on top of the airflow, just constant airflow around these plants. I feel like though in the beginning, like people were saying that this plant needs a lot of humidity. I don't think that's true. Y'all know that my humidity fluctuates. It is still absolutely wild. Like a year ago, she lost all her roots. That's when I had her in Lekka. I do think that when the roots sat in the reservoir, they rotted. And I didn't really realize. So then she was in a cup, and I just had to wait because like I had to wait for root growth. I need to wait for leaf growth. And like finally she did push out like, I think a couple leaves. She's doing so well. I think it was honestly the best decision putting this plant on a moss pole. My Philodendron McDowell is also on a moss pole. Well, I have two. There's one that's crawling. I want to observe the differences. They're both in pond. One is on a moss pole. She just pushed out one gorgeously, but I do plan to do a complete philodendron collection. How do we feel? I feel like I don't celebrate philodendrons enough on my channel. Clearly today I showed you my Melanochrysum and my Luxurians, so it's kind of a sneak peek, but I'll show you that one in my philodendron collection video. Anyhow, super exciting. She lives under a vent where it's blasting air conditioning right now. Transition to like November, December, it's definitely gonna be dry heat. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm very happy. Okay, let's do an Anthurium that I feel like I haven't featured. I mean, she was kind of a secret for a little bit. It's the Anthurium Zara F2 crossed with Michelle F3. And the new leaf, I feel like I'm trying to convince myself that it's red, but like, I'll just show you and y'all get to decide. Ooh. Okay, I know Anthuriums could look red in the beginning, but like the veining stays. Like this is the leaf before that, and you can see she's gotten really dark and she's kind of maintained that redness. I also love how dark it got, and I wasn't expecting it because the leaf before that was like green. And I wasn't blasting it with light, and now I'm blasting it with light, which is strange. The leaf is just super dark. You could kind of see in the new leaf that like the top part's a little lighter red than the bottom here, and I think because the Growlights over here, I don't know. She's cute. She's cute. Again, when you get Anthuriums from seed, you don't actually know when it's not mature. You don't actually know how the leaves are going to turn out. And like so far, it's like not so red compared to, you know, other hybrids of this plant, but I'm like I'm excited. I also love how she's here and she's already bigger than the last one and rounder. Is this just normal? I think this is just normal. So yeah, I just want to show her in this state. Kind of obsessed. Can't wait for this one to grow and to mature. Hoya, Polyneura, outer variegated. Look at her. So chaotic. So if y'all have been here, y'all know that I love propagating. It's my favorite thing when it comes to growing plants, just observing how they grow in your care. And I have learned that the Polyneura is one of the fastest Hoyas. Just look at her. So I put all the propagations together in one pot of pond and a self-watering pot, and they're all doing wonderful. Are you kidding? I'm absolutely obsessed with her. Ooh, she's like covering my shoulders. Oh my God, hi. It's just wild because again, I know this was a while ago. This was like a year and a half ago, but she started out as this. She was just this. And yeah, my only experience is having this plant in pond. She thrives. I also love that you don't need to put a trellis on it because sometimes room-wise, you have to factor in like how high the shelves need to be. This one, I could just put a grow light right here. This is what I want to achieve with all my Hoyas. Having a full plant like this, so like in the future, if I want to do a plant trade, if I want to sell plants in the future, I could just take a few cuttings and it's not going to impact what this plant looks like. I guess I'll show you the Broget because girl, she's the same. Hoya Polyneura Broget. So chaotic, this one. I think I got more cuttings with this one just because I just keep dropping pond again. And girl is here. girl is here. So I did another plant trade with one of my patrons, Margot Hay. I took a couple cuttings and y'all can't even tell. Y'all can't even tell. I still have these like right under grow light, like right here. I find with the Broget, when you blast it with light, the leaves can look more yellow, but I have found that when the leaf hardens off, you can't really tell. I mean, you can see with all these hardened off leaves, they harden off to like this silver. Okay, Hoya, I guess Hoya Polyneura out of Variegated, Hoya Polyneura Broget. Okay, let's stick with Hoya because like this one, I am very excited. Hoya Insularis, you know, same kind of story. I'm just not gonna clean now because a pond keeps dropping. I'll clean at the end. Girl's tangled all over. Look at her. So these are just the propagations that I propagated in, I wanna say January of this year. So I think currently we're at the 9 to 10 month mark. I have no words to describe how beautiful. My mama was trailing, but then when I propagated it, I was like, okay, let's put it on a trellis. And then when I put the propagations in one planter, I was like, I kinda want a trailing look again. And best decision, it looks gorgeous, but this is the mama. This is wild. This one only started out as 2 cuttings in this pot of leca. And I'm not gonna jinx it because girl, this plant, even the one in pod, they've pushed out so many peduncles. And this is the closest I've gotten to getting blooms. I'm gonna try to be careful, y'all. Do you see over here? I'm not gonna move anymore. So these, oh my God, the leaves, I can't even move. Usually I haven't zoomed it. Look at these. I don't even know if it's in focus. They are the weirdest flowers. I think they're orange, and I think a year ago, not dude, he got his to bloom. I was like, oh my God, please. It's so close. However, there was another peduncle, and she started out the same way. Do you see how she fell off, first of all, and the blooms dried up before they opened? So I'm really hoping, because this one was closer, I'm really hoping. Wouldn't that be wonderful, everyone? Wouldn't that be so wonderful? Oh my gosh. Wild, super wild. And like I said, there's literally peduncles everywhere. Like, look, how do we feel? You can kind of miss them because they kind of look like the leaves. Both of them are getting extremely high light. This one is up against my south window. There's 2 grow lights, but I'm so excited for this one. Okay, 7th plant, Hoya Insularis. This is now turning into a Hoya video. I don't care. I don't care, it's one of my favorites. Hoya Clemensiorum. My God. First of all, this leaf here, absolutely obsessed with like, first of all, how long? Like, look at her. The splash, the veining, the backsides are like super dark. And I don't know what has happened, but she is starting to go off. There's so many new leaves. And like, I can't even keep track. Okay, this one's new. This one too, oh my gosh. So these 2 didn't exist before. This one and this one. This one is new right over here. This one is clearly new. You can see that she's a little baby. Oh my God. Wow, okay, and then this one, did I say this one? There's so, I don't even know what I did. There's so many new leaves. I don't know. I really want this to fill up. I really want this to fill up. It is, in my opinion, like, y'all need to get a Clemenciorum. It is so pretty. And then, I mean, this one, in my experience, it is okay with its roots sitting in the reservoir. And I've showed this time and time again, but like, girl is here. Girl is here. And I want to say she's been sitting in the reservoir for more than a year. She's been fine. Weird that she started taking off. I haven't moved her at all. But yeah, she is just, I don't even know. She's a beast and I love her so much. I don't know, like, come on. 8th plant, Hoya Clemensiorum. Also, let me know if y'all want to see a Hoya collection video. I think I'm gonna do it anyways. You know what? I'm gonna do it anyways. But tell me if y'all are excited about it. Hoya Matilde Splash. Y'all know she's always gonna be here. One of my favorite Hoyas of all time, and specifically this splashy one. Because y'all know splash is sometimes, it's frustrating because sometimes when a Hoya is like labeled splash and you get it, there's like minimal splash and it's like, okay, well. The last time I showed this one, like, she was pretty full, but like, I think she's even more full now. I've been periodically trying to cut the green vines just to maintain this look. Nothing wrong with the green, but it's kind of, I kind of just wanted this one to be fully silvery, splashy realnesses, and yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I said, I wanted to fill this one up, so it's just like all like silver leaves. I am constantly tempted to chop it up just to make more. Y'all know that I have another planter that has less splashy leaves than this one. Let me grab it. So I took some less splashy vines, and you can see that there's a ton of splash, but it's not as splashy as the other one. Still pretty. Y'all know my obsession with Matilde and how easy they are in my care to grow. So happy. Oh my god, I have so many. Anyhow, she's here and she's doing her thing. So the 9th plant is the Hoya Matilde Splash. Okay, last plant. And then I have an honorable mention. Hoya species Gunung and Gading. When these leaves sunstress, they're everything. This is the mama. So this is one plant. But it's giving me such fall vibes with the sunstressing, partial sunstressing. Like, do you see how, ooh, are you kidding? It is so pretty, y'all. Y'all know that I've propagated this plant many times. And yeah, there are some new leaves. Like, I mean, this one is a new leaf, but you can see this little cutie right here, then that one. There's so many. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the mama. Love her. I really want to show the propagations though. I cannot. Okay, water level's really high. I'm gonna spill. Are you kidding? That is... Seriously, that's as much as I can't tip it anymore, but do you see the red? I need a towel. Okay, I'm putting it down, but did you see that? It is so red. Oh yeah, they were from Perlite. Okay, these are, I think there's 3 in here. Yeah, there's 3. So these were like the bottom that were in Perlite. I put them in a separate container just because if they have roots already, I don't tend to put the water level high, but if they're just cuttings with no roots, I generally put it at the very top, and that's why the last one was spilling so much. So those are all my species of Gunung and Gadings. They are so cute. Love the reds. Perfect for the season, I feel. The honorable mention is a Phal. Oh my god. Phalaenopsis Mituo Diamond Panda. One of my favorites, one of my first orchids. She's in blue. Okay, look at her. So this happens from time to time where you get the flowers that look like that are even. And then you have moments where it's all purple on one side and there's one petal. It seems like the ones on this side kind of follow that pattern, like just purple on one side, because even the oldest one is like fully purple. Anyhow, they're supposed to look like this. I love. Do you see this? I found it interesting because when I transferred this Phal into Leca, first I was kind of doing it for rehab purposes to experiment, and she pushed out, I think, did she push out 2 spikes? Did she? I think she did. I don't know, my memory right now. And so because of that, she couldn't focus on foliage. I cut the spikes. She did focus on foliage, so this was a new leaf, and she looks good. She was pushing out another leaf over here and she looks healthy, but then she started pushing out a spike from down here. Anyhow, I'm really excited. I say this every time with this orchid, and I know a few people that have this orchid as well, and it is so hard. You like, when you feel the leaves, it is like incredibly firm. When you feel the petals, like they're not papery thin like some of those other orchids, and I don't know, I'm obsessed. I love how she's just like hanging like here, and there is new root growth. I'm planning to just wrap wet moss on top of the leca, but we'll see. I am so excited. I don't know. I just love how all my phals kind of bloomed close to like winter, spring of this year. And then because I want to focus on the foliage during the summertime, I cut them all off, and this one returned. This one returned. They look kind of funky. And now that you're looking at the ones that are like half purple, but like I think they're still cute. Oh, update on, okay, remember in the beginning of the year, I was like, okay, phals, I want all of them to bloom. All 8 that I own, I wanted all of them to bloom. So 7 out of the 8 of them have bloomed this year already. The last one just put out a new spike. I'll just show it briefly because there's really nothing to show, but look at this cutie. Look at this. I don't even know your name. Sogo Diamond HLW. Here she is. So last year, I think this was the last Phalaenopsis, second last, in my collection that pushed out a bloom. And so I was like thinking that if this one was gonna bloom again, it was gonna be closer to the end of this year, which is happening. Look. I am so excited. And I was scared because like as she was like pushing this out, she killed off a leaf that she had already. Oh, also, if y'all are wondering what this is, I released beneficial bugs, the Hoya Insularis. I know you should only use that if you have thrips, but like I said before, every time I introduce a new plant in my collection, I did a plant trade recently, I prefer to treat for thrips right away, even though I may not see them, just because thrips are the hardest, in my opinion, they are the hardest pests to get rid of. I just bought them for the plants that I got. They're isolated in the living room, but I had extra, like I can't just buy like 10 to 20 of those bugs. I have to buy like 100 to whatever. Anyhow, so I released some here. So that's what that is. Anyhow, wow, I'm just like going off. I know I'm gonna get a lot of questions about that. It ships with like, is it buckwheat? I don't even know. What is it? This is the last, I mean, I'm hoping, hopefully it does, you know, grow and like survive, but like, how exciting. Okay, so the honorable mentions: Phalaenopsis, Mituo Diamond Panda, Phalaenopsis, Sogo, Diamond, HLW. Okay guys, I guess that's it. What were y'all's favorites? I'm gonna have to say, oh my gosh, it's a tie between the Philodendron Melanochrysum, Philodendron Luxurians. Ooh, the Hoyas were so good though, but I feel like I always go with that. Yeah, do you know what? Because of the new leaves on both the philodendrons and that they're actually happy right now, Philodendron Melanochrysum, Philodendron Luxurians. But what did y'all like? Thank you for coming back and watching my videos. I know I've been gone for a couple weeks, and it really means a lot to me that y'all are still here to watch my plant journey with my plants. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. Thank you so much. If you made it to the very end, thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.